Do you ever feel like your conversations with girls dry up quickly and don't lead anywhere? Well, today, we gon' fix that. What up, homie? My name is Dave, and I put out new videos every Tuesday and every Friday to help you get the girls you want and become the man you're meant to be. So if you haven't subscribed yet and hit that notification bell, do it right now so you don't miss your chance at that next awesome girl. Anyway, there are certain psychological tricks that can not only help you to lead the conversation somewhere, but also make girls chase you like crazy. I've been using these tricks for years, so have my students, and today you're gonna learn them. Let's get into it. Now, when I say building compliance, I'm not talking about auditing, even though I was an accountant major back in college. Shout out to all my accountants out there. The type of compliance that I'm talking about, though, is basically when a girl does the things that you want her to do. So, for example, you stop her to talk and she stops and listens. You ask her to move and she moves. Sounds simple enough, right? Well, here's the thing. The more you get a girl to be compliant with you, the more invested she gets in you, and the more likely it is she's gonna wanna keep doing the things that you ask of her. And as she gets more and more invested, she's gonna keep chasing you, she's gonna get more attracted. The key to all this, though, is that you have to keep giving her opportunities to be compliant with you. But how do you do that? Well, one of the best ways to do that is through giving her commands. Now, I ain't talking about commanding her around like 50 Shades of Grey, though if you want to do that, all power to you. What I'm talking about is a little bit more subtle with the commands. So you can say something like, let's go to the bar and get a drink. This song is great. Let's go to the dance floor. Tell me about your biggest adventure. Introduce me to your friends. I haven't met them yet. With these commands, you're telling her what you want her to do without really being a dick about it, right? Like, you're kind of saying it almost like it's a question, like, hey, let's go to the bar and grab a drink. And by doing this, you give her that opportunity to be compliant with you. You give her that opportunity to follow your lead, and that's how you progress the interaction. Now, when you're thinking through all this, like, oh, what command should I give her? How can I see if she's compliant? How can I build this compliance? One thing you can ask yourself is, what can I do right now to move this interaction forward? And whatever comes to your head, try doing that thing and seeing what happens.
Not looking back, eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche.
Let me tell you, man, when it comes to talking to girls, a yes ladder is a beautiful thing. The idea behind it is that you get her to keep saying yes to you again and again. And even though she's not necessarily saying the word yes, she's going along with what you're asking. She's agreeing. You ask her to go to the bar for a drink, she follows. You take her hand, she gives it to you. And when you string these little pieces of compliance together, that's what we call the yes ladder. She gets a little bit more invested each time she goes along with you, and as you get her to go along with these smaller requests and these smaller commands, she's more likely to go along with the bigger commands that you give her later on, like when you ask if she wants to go home with you, or leave the bar with you, or go somewhere else. And it all comes down to the persuasion principle of consistency. She's consistently been saying yes, so she's more likely to continue doing so. You're building up that ladder piece by piece until you get to the top, and you know what happens when you get to the top. That magic happens.
Cause you and I, we got the vibe, yeah, you and I.
There's a secret that I don't really talk about too much that really helps me to bring girls home quickly and can help you do the same. And the reason for that is it helps you to build massive trust in a very short amount of time. What is it? Well, it's approaching her from the mindset that the two of you are already old friends. A lot of times I'll go up and approach a group of girls and I'll be a little bit more focused on the girl that I like, and her friends will be like, oh my God, like, do you guys already know each other? Hell no, I met her 2 seconds ago. But it's because I came up with that mindset, like, we're on the same team, you know, being friendly, cool, and relaxed, and she can vibe with that. And in terms of how to make that type of approach, a lot of it comes down to like a nice, playful smile, a little bit of like, hey, how you doing? And just that feeling of being relaxed, which I know if you haven't been out approaching a bunch of girls, you haven't built that approach muscle, you're gonna need some practice, but it will come over time. you will have that relaxed feeling when you talk to girls. Now, when you can do this, it shows pre-selection. It shows that you know how to act when you're around women, which is a really good trait to have. And it also shows a ton of confidence. Both of those things are gonna set you up for having a very good time with whatever girl you're talking to.
Talking about blue skies, talking about sunshine, driving with the top down, feeling free.
Now, I know this is gonna sound absolutely crazy, like a little bit insane, but there's a key thing you gotta do before you hook up with a girl. Bro, honestly, you have to touch her. A lot of guys are afraid to touch women when they're talking to them. They're afraid to reach out, touch their arm, give them a hug, any of that. They're afraid, I don't want to offend anyone, I don't want to be too forward. All that is bullshit. What you want to do, especially if you're talking to a girl at a bar or a club, is to break the touch barrier early on in the interaction. This shows her that you're a physical guy, and it also gets her used to your touch so that she even craves more of it. And hey man, if she's not used to your touch, if you haven't been, touching her intermittently all night, then it's not gonna work when you try to go hook up with her later. It's just gonna come off as weird, and she's probably gonna be seeing you as a friend at that point. So some quick and easy ways that you can break the touch barrier are to lightly, tap her on the arm when you guys are laughing. You can also lead her by the small of her back when you're walking around, or just take her hand and lead her to the bar. Or you can check out her hand, check out whatever ring she's wearing, and make a comment about it. And of course, one of my favorites, obviously if you're at a bar or club, is to dance with her. That's a super easy way to break the touch barrier. You can get physical, you can make it fun, and have a good time.
About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions, we'll get away.
Future projecting is when you create a fun future scenario between the two of you, and it helps bridge the gap between just a fun, flirty conversation with a fun guy to a conversation that could actually lead somewhere, even if it's all in a joking manner. But the key is to future project about something that she's actually interested in so that she can buy in and you guys can both have fun with it. Here are some examples.
Oh, I've always wanted to go to Vietnam.
For real? I love it there. We're gonna have to book a flight to Vietnam tomorrow. I'm gonna show you the best pho restaurant in Saigon. It's gonna be epic.
I love Dave Perrotta videos. He's such a homie.
Me too. We're gonna have to go back to my place later and like and comment on his newest video.
Oh my god, let's do it. Then we can hop right in bed.
Eres perfecta mujer.
So yeah, you keep it fun and lighthearted while also planting the idea in her mind that y'all are gonna do something together in the future, and planting that in her mind makes it more likely that you'll get a date, that you'll bring her home, and all that kind of thing. She got it in her mind, bro.
Cause I'm running with these emotions, stumbling out of bed. One hell of a roller coaster, you're messing with my head.
So push-pull is a mix of bringing her in either physically or emotionally, and then pushing her out either physically or emotionally. This works so well because most guys are either all pull and they come off as overbearing and needy, or they're all push and they come off as unattainable assholes. So the pull gets her excited, it shows her that, hey, this guy's kind of into me, and then the push keeps her wanting more. So like I said, you can do this physically and emotionally. So let's first take a look at how you can do it physically. So guys, let's say you're dancing with the girl at the bar or the club, and you want to use a little push-pull. So what you could do is, you can bring up, dance a little bit close up to her, and then after like a minute, you step back, even give her like a slight little nudge right there. You give her a little spin, bring her back, and then dance out so that you're like 2 or 3 feet apart for a little while, and then you can go back in and you kind of just keep alternating, so she's never like too close to her for too long or too far away from her for too long, and you're steadily kind of like escalating a little bit more each time.
You touch my book, by the way.
Now, let's take a look at the emotional side.
I never read Harry Potter or even watched the movies.
Really? I was starting to like you, but honestly, I'm a Harry Potter nerd. This is never gonna work. It's like, hey, I was starting to like you, there's the pull, but I'm a huge Harry Potter nerd, this is never going to work. there's the push. It's good to just weave these into your conversations, weave these into the way you interact with girls, and you're gonna make her chase you.
I don't care what you say, what you do, how you feel. As long as you can show me a good time. I don't need
Making a girl laugh is great help. You might even say it's the key to her heart. But you gotta do it the right way, because if you tease her the wrong way, you can quickly come off like a huge asshole. Now, if you want to learn exactly how to tease a girl the right way, then check out this video right here. In it, you learn exactly how to tease a girl and make her laugh. Let's keep it going. I'll see you right here, homie.